Today's episode of the Fan Feed Network podcast is brought to you by Bonnier Jewelry. It is week 18 of the NFL season. The regular season is wrapping up tonight. Got a big game tonight, Steelers-Ravens for the division. Also could be considered a stinker. But, you know, me and Caleb are here as always, as per usual, on Sunday to discuss all of the week 18 games. And since a lot of these games didn't matter, really what we're going to do is talk about each team's future. What are these teams that miss the playoffs? What do they need heading into the 2026 offseason? And then these teams in the playoffs, what are their odds to move on? Where are they at in the playoff picture? And yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. So come hang. We already look at this. My man, Mr. Kendrick McKnight, is already shouting, "Keep pounding," after his Carolina Panthers lost last night. I can't remember what the scenario is for the Panthers. Who do they need?
They
to
had
win,
won.
Right?
They need to win against the Bucs to win the division, but they already won it because the Falcons beat the Saints today.
Okay, but because the Falcons beat the Saints, the Panthers are in. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Let's go, Kendrick. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Kung Fu Kenny, baby. But yeah, we're here. So anyway, really quick before we get into it, as I always say, if you're new here, like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends and family. You can also follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at FanFeed Network. And then you can listen to us on podcasts anywhere podcasts are streamed. Just search FanFeed Network. But yeah, Caleb, how's week 18 going for you?
Oh man, week 18. Yeah, obviously a lot of games that don't matter. Still fun to watch. It's kind of a sad moment. Oh man, Caleb just threw a dime to the end zone.
Ooh, Trayshawn Holden. What is his name?
Too little, too late.
Jade
Walker.
Yeah,
he's been coming on. Golly,
he's kind of sneaky good.
What a weird jersey number for a receiver, number 20.
I know, so wild.
Very strange. But yeah, some weird stinkers. Some good games. I don't know how I feel about tonight, man. I don't have a lot of faith in our team, but also I love beating the Ravens because we do it every year. So yeah, I'll probably stay up and watch the second half.
There's a lot at stake in the team, really, beyond just the playoffs. Because I've seen rumors on Twitter of both coaches being on the hot seat if they were to lose this game tonight. Adam Schefter, I think it was Schefter who tweeted out that John Harbaugh's job might be in jeopardy. And then I also read that Tomlin, there's a chance that Tomlin might just walk away from the game and might step into TV. And he talked about almost 10 years ago that he would probably be coaching for another 10 years before he decided to hang it up or something like that. So who knows? You know, Twitter, especially Steelers Twitter, is always saying Coach Tomlin's going to be out. More than likely, Tomlin's going to stay. But, you know, who knows? Could be
stinker.
Could be anything. But yeah, anyway, what else? Did you do any bets today?
I did not. I actually had to run a lot of errands in town today. Wasn't able to watch much.
You sound like you live in the mountains. Had to run in the mountains for Paul.
Just about do, man. I'm like 40 minutes out, brother.
Who's that? Coley Parkinson. That's crazy.
That's exaggerating. That's a little exaggerant. That's 35 minutes out. But you got to make the most of when you go to town. You know, can't be wasting no trips. Got to get everything.
You wear your good trousers out to town.
I did wear my good trousers. I was looking very nice. I got went to Chipotle today, and I don't know if you've been there recently, but they got this new like chimichurri sauce.
Oh, it's so good,
dude!
It's so good.
Incredible.
That don't buses. Oh my god!
Incredible. Yeah, like that changes
some
the
in my
game
fridge.
Chipotle. Do you
I
really?
Got like 6 of them. Yeah, just because it's so good.
I wasn't gonna say it was that good, bro.
I mean, it's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good.
What would they say? You walk in like, let me get all your chimichurri. You just walk out holding a bag of little things of sauce.
Give me all the chimichurri you got. Wait, before you leave, what I think you heard is give me a lot of chimichurri. What I said was give me all the chimichurri.
Give me all the chimichurri.
Oh man,
I'm not mad at it.
I had 2 bets going on today that were pretty decent. I got to check this 4 o'clock one real quick, But first one, I missed 2 out of the 5 legs. Bummer. I had
Mm,
SMA over on his receptions, T. Higgins over on yards, and Samaj P. Ryan over rushing yards. All those
mm,
hit. I definitely thought they were going to give Bijan a heavier workload just with all the rushing title and the I think he was like 200 something yards total yards away from breaking the all-time record of all-purpose yards in a season,
yeah.
held by CJ2K. But they didn't. He only had 43 yards, and yeah,
Jeez.
Kevin Austin was the other guy, the Saints receiver. I thought he would get some more receiving yards. He was just short by about 8 yards.
Mm.
The bets I've got going now, oh yeah, I'm toasted. RJ Harvey, I need a touchdown from him. That's not happening because the Broncos suck against bad teams.
This is
Bleeder
true.
Burden only 23 yards right now. Trash. Dulcich only
Trash.
13 yards right now. Need him to get more. Even Travion Henderson only 51 yards right now because Ramondre's eating. Just, typical week 18. Hard to win in week 18.
Gross.
Do those random touchdowns. Um,
Exactly.
But anyway, Cabes, let's start going through some of these games. We'll start with the games from Saturday. These were the 2 games that really so far have mattered the most. So let's talk Panthers Buccaneers. That was the first game, and especially since Kendrick was already here, we'll talk this one. So Panthers lose to the Buccaneers in this one. It was raining its butt off the whole game. Kind of nuts. Buccaneers look pretty good. Really, both these teams just don't look that good. But I don't know. What did you take away from this one, Caleb?
I don't know, man. The Panthers just don't make sense to me. They are so inconsistent. Bryce Young is inconsistent. He had an all right game, 266 yards and 2 touchdowns. He threw the pick. Um, I don't know, man. I'm happy for the Panthers. I really am. Shout out Kenny. Um, but man, just an inconsistent team. I don't really know what to make of it. They have weird scheming. They come out with a weird different scheme and plan every game, and
Yeah,
it either just doesn't work at all, they just get blown out, or it just barely works and they just barely
right.
skimp by. This one was a real doo doo game. Um, and I was really
I'm,
debating in my head, who of these teams do you think deserves to make playoffs the most out of both of them? That's a
I think
question.
neither of them should. I think that should be a rule. I don't think same goes for like the AFC North teams between the Ravens and the Steelers.
Mm,
If they don't have a good record, neither team really deserves to go into the playoffs. And
yeah,
same with the Panthers and Buccaneers. I mean, the Panthers had 20, not even 20. They had 19 total rushing yards in this game. In a game where
gosh,
the
man,
rain was coming down, they decided to throw the ball 35 times. And Bryce Young played decent. He missed Rico Dowdle on a screen pass, and Rico would have been gone. That I mean, really cost him the game because he had nothing but green in front of him. I just don't think either of these teams really deserve to be there. Probably the Panthers more so. I think their defense is better. The Bucks, I mean, since their offense went down, their defense has been terrible. The offense has not gotten back in rhythm. I mean, Kate Otten in this game was like the number 1 receiver, 7 catches, 94
crazy.
yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I really don't like either of these teams. And I think of teams like Detroit. What's crazy is actually if Detroit wins this game, they'll go over the Vikings. I'm pretty sure, but the Vikings are ranked as the 8th team, the team that just barely missed the playoff in the NFC.
Golly, that's insane.
Um,
Yeah,
so I guess all those teams have the same record. I don't know. It just neither of these teams feel very good or scary.
yeah, it's definitely weird. Lines with the trickery. Montgomery's at the fairway. Nope, he's trash. Um, it kind of makes me think back to when we were talking earlier in the season with the Bears and Caleb Williams and how run heavy they were.
Yeah,
And me and you were both speculating to like, are they just having this run heavy identity because it works, or are they trying to
right,
like hide Caleb Williams and Caleb Williams is hiding behind, this run game because he cannot support the team.
right.
Um, and honestly, like when you apply that, theory to the Panthers, it kind of makes a lot more sense. They had a lot of success running the ball in the first half of the season, and they were winning their games. Um, and I feel like it was kind of a cover up for Bryce being inconsistent, honestly. And now
Yeah.
you look at the second half of the year, and it kind of feels like the team's kind of figured out the run game and what they were doing, and they've definitely slowed it down. And they've had to rely on Bryce a lot more lately,
Right.
and they're losing games.
Yeah.
He's decent, he's good, but he's just not good enough to really push them over. Like the Buccaneers defense, man. Granted, it was raining, but there are so many QBs I could name right now that could have tore up this defense,
Yeah.
and just ripped them apart. So that's going to be the biggest question going into the offseason is what is Carolina going to do about Canales and what are they going to do about Bryce?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I feel like
I don't know,
Canales is probably safe. Um, I just think Carolina likes him a lot, and they're
especially
giving
since
him
they
a
made
little more
playoffs.
rope. Yeah, but yeah, Bryce. I mean, that's a huge question mark. Is what are you going to do about Bryce? Like, it's one thing to run the ball, like when you're a dominant running team, and they were at times early in the season. Rico Dowdle had that stretch of like 3, 4, 5 games where he was like dominating. So they were running very well.
Yeah,
But then it stopped because defenses figured out what they were doing on offense. So they had to let Bryce throw. And this is going to happen. Bryce had that huge breakout game. I can't remember who they played against.
I
But
think it was
he
the
played awesome.
Falcons.
It was the Falcons. I mean, he played awesome.
Yeah, he did. It was
But
the Falcons.
then like a week later, he's back to being a pumpkin. And so, I think just for a lot of these young quarterbacks, it's about getting them in a rhythm. And, when you're running the ball 30, 40 times a game and then throwing the ball 20 times a game, you don't give your quarterback any opportunity to gain some like traction and some continuity week to week.
Right.
So, and I think too that Bryce has been in the league for what, 2 years now? Three. This is third year, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the time when Bryce really needs to step it up. Maybe he makes a name for himself in the playoffs. Maybe they go and set a team if they since they're in. But I just think there's a lot of question marks there. On the Buck side, they need to fire Todd Bowles, and I don't think they're going to do it. But I just think Todd Bowles is not a very good coach. Been carried by Canales and Liam Cohen the last couple years, and carried by Baker really. But that defense was terrible to end this season. And I know they've got a couple
Horrendous.
injuries, but just really bad. So I don't know. Both these teams just aren't very good. So anyway, let's move on because we don't want to spend too much time on that. Panthers will be real quick. Will be the 4 seed. So they're going to play the 5 seed, which as of right now is the 49ers. I can't remember if that changes if the Rams win. I don't think it does because I think the 49ers own the tiebreaker. So it's most likely Panthers versus 49ers. And we've already seen this game play out, and it wasn't very pretty for Bryce Young and the Panthers. So maybe it changes, but I'm doubtful. So
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one. Next one, we got Seahawks 49ers. Seahawks beat the 49ers in San Fran 13-3. I mean, this is a low scoring game, but I feel like this was a very dominant win in the sense that the defense was just stifling this offense that has been red hot. I mean, Brock Purdy was like the fantasy football hero to end the season. This guy was scoring, at will, multiple touchdowns every game, rushing touchdowns. But in this one, McCaffrey only had 23 rushing yards. He had 34 receiving. I mean, that's goated for a defense to stop McCaffrey like that. And then on Seattle side, they finally got the run game going. Granted, the 49ers defense is Swiss cheese right now because everybody's hurt. But Kenneth Walker, 97 yards. Charbonnet, 74 yards and a touchdown. I don't know. That was just a very good win for the Seahawks. And real quick, before I get your take, Kendrick says, have faith, my guys. And yeah, I'm with you, Kendrick. I'm not rooting against the Panthers. I'll let you know that. I do like the Panthers. And I like Bryce Young because I've seen how good he can be. I think Caleb probably likes Bryce Young way more than I do.
I do love Bryce.
Yeah, Caleb loves Bryce. But, we're being realistic, but we are hopeful. Maybe they can upset the 49ers if they take away some of this tape. But anyway, Cabes, on this Seahawks-Niners game, what did you take away?
This might be a stretch. You can call me out if it is, but in my opinion, in this game, real crappy game, but I think Seattle wanted to win this game so bad to make a statement to their own players and everyone else that they could beat good teams for sure. And honestly, I don't know. I think Kyle Shanahan was a very reserved in this game. I think he really didn't go too crazy trying to pull out all the stops to win this game. I don't think it was that important to him. I think he was okay with losing because he knew he was getting in the playoffs, and I don't think he wanted to pull out everything just because they wanted to beat the Seahawks and get a different seeding. Again, a bit stretchy, but I mean, just looking at like Christian
Yeah,
McCaffrey
the
only
only
had
reason
8 carries, dude.
the only
Like
reason
that
I
has
say
never
that's a
happened.
massive stretch is that the number one seed was at stake. If the Niners won, they would have had the number one seed in the NFC.
This is true. This is true.
But maybe they see the playing the Panthers week one as like the like basically a bye week, and maybe he wants his guys to be consistent and just not have that bye week. But yeah, I all around the board, like McCaffrey bad, and like you said, 8 carries. That is mind boggling. Like, what were they doing? But really, what it tells me from the box score, because I watched some of this game, I didn't watch the whole thing, but what it tells me is that the 49ers just had trouble getting first downs.
Yeah, they did.
Because you got McCaffrey
really
with eight carries. You have Brock Purdy with only 27 attempts, and only 19 completions out of that. It's not terrible, but like it just tells me that this Seahawks defense was like lights out. Not allowing them to get first downs, not allowing them to keep the ball. On the other side, Seattle's just running the crap out of the ball. So, I think it went in Seattle's direction in this one.
Absolutely. And Seattle had a lot more control of the ball and had the ball a lot more than the 49ers, that's for sure. But yeah, it was just odd watching the 49ers, man. It's always been like handoff Christian McCaffrey, another handoff on second down, or like a screen play, something reserved. And then it always sets them up for like a 3rd and 4 or a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 on third down. And Brock always usually hits something. But like you said, it was no completed first downs almost at all for the 49ers. It was rough. And Seattle's defense, in my opinion, has been carrying the absolute doo-doo out of them. That defense is playing insane. Like I know we were hating on Bryce and everything, and he's still good, but holding him to 50 passing yards last week in a huge important game is insane. Seattle's defense is playing lights out right now, which is like everything you could ever want going into the playoffs. But the efficiency of the offense is kind of the biggest thing that worries me about this team. They ran the ball really well in that game, like you said. That was super good to see. But I don't know, man. I just don't know if they really have what it takes, especially in the playoffs. I've just heard quarterbacks talk about how it's such a different animal and a different mentality of getting to the playoffs besides like a regular season game. And so many QBs just struggle with like switching their mindset and like getting in that playoff zone, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely agree. I just think this is such a big win for the Seahawks because it is a division opponent. It is Kyle Shanahan.
For sure.
This team was so hot coming into this game, so hot. And Mike Macdonald, the Seahawks end up going 14-3. Mike Macdonald now has tied the franchise record for most wins in a season. This is only his second season as head coach for that team. They get the first round bye in the playoffs. That's huge for them. And I think we've gone up and down with the Seahawks all year. Like early on in the year, it was kind of like, oh, Sam Darnold, still Sam Darnold. This team isn't that great. They're not flashy. They're very gritty, led by a solid defense. The defense definitely carries this offense. But in a year like this year, where there are no real dominant teams, this could be huge for this team. And honestly, like I think this game showed me that I should be thinking more of the Seahawks as a Super Bowl favorite than I have been previously, even though I'm scared of Darnold. We've seen this defense keep them in games that they had no business being in. So I'm very excited about the Seahawks. On the 49ers, like still think the 49ers very good. I think they're going to win week one, most likely, especially if they go play the Panthers. They're going to play in Carolina. We've already seen them win that game. They just got to do it a second time. If they win that game, depending on who wins the other couple games. I mean, the Bears are like the 2 seed right now. The Eagles are the 3 seed. It could be either one of those teams, but either one of those teams could be the the losers of round one, because you got the Rams
Yeah.
playing, the Packers playing. I don't know, man. It just the NFC, AFC playoff picture is nuts this
Crazy.
year.
Yeah, it's insane.
Kendrick says early picks for the NFC Championship game. So Caleb, who do you see going to the NFC Championship game?
Oh man, you might have to go ahead. I need a second to think about it.
I'm going to take Seattle, and then I want to take Los Angeles, but I just don't. I don't think Los Angeles is going to do it. I think it's going to be Seattle and Philly. It's going to be a throwback to the old Andy Reid, Mike Holmgren era. I don't know if you've been watching football that long, but that's back in like 2005, 2004, when those teams were meeting up in the championship round. But yeah, I think that's going to be the final. I think Eagles have a good chance to bump up to the 2 seed or the 3 seed. I think they'll win against who they play. They're most likely going to play the Rams. I just think the Rams have been playing really bad football. And right now, like, they're beating the Cardinals, but it's been pretty close. They're up 30-20, but it's been pretty close. They got just kicked in the teeth last week against the Falcons. So I don't know. What do you think?
That's tough, man. I'm still a believer in the Rams, so I think the Rams will be there. Gosh, man. I still think it's either going to be the 49ers or the Eagles. Man, I don't know. That's tough. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to be the Eagles just because of their defense, man. I could see the Rams and the
so you think
Eagles
the
for
Seahawks?
sure.
You think Seahawks will probably play the Rams in the
True.
second round, and unless, as of right now, it would be the Bears versus the Packers and the Eagles versus the Rams, Panthers versus Niners. So Seahawks will play the worst seed out of that. It could end up being the Packers. The Packers have played the Bears really well all year, and that just feels like an easy win. All they got to do is beat the Packers, and they're in the championship game because of the first round bye.
That's insane.
Or yeah, whoever they
or the Bears.
So anyway, well, they wouldn't play the Bears because Bears are higher
that's right.
seed. So then it would be the
That's
Rams.
right.
So they are definitely rooting for Green Bay, and I just think they will kick Green Bay's front door in. So anyway, yeah. So I don't think we need to talk much about what they need to do moving into next year. We'll have plenty of time to do that. Right now, we're focusing on playoffs for both those teams.
Nice.
But let's talk about some of these games from today. We'll start with Texans-Colts. Texans at home defeat the Colts. Game that didn't really matter a whole lot to them, but did at the same time, just with seeding and everything like that. But they end up winning 38-30. I thought Riley Leonard played a pretty good game in this one against the NFL's best defense.
He looked sick. He looked
I thought he looked very good. That throw to Alec Pierce. I know Alec Pierce was wide open on that one, but I mean, I didn't think Leonard looked bad before they brought in Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
So let me start with that. Do you think they, messed up going with Phillip Rivers over Leonard?
I don't know, man. You're not in there. You're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Riley Leonard hasn't looked anything flashy or fancy in the past, but I mean, it's one game. Like you said, the Texans probably weren't playing at their full potential or at their hardest. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about the Colts had a cool run the first half of the year, but as soon as Daniel Jones went out, I don't know. I just didn't think there's a lot to lose.
It's just the wildest thing. Sometimes we have to wake up to the reality of what we're saying. Once Daniel Jones got hurt, their playoff chances plummeted. Like, if I were a time traveler from last year and traveled to this year to see what we were talking about, and I heard that, I would be like, what are we discussing right now?
No. That is insane.
Yeah. Did you see the fake punt?
I did not.
I did love that. They did a fake punt. Rigoberto Sanchez chucked it up to Mo Alley Cox. Shout out VCU. Shout out Richmond. 804, baby. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, they got the first down on that one. They did it from their own 20. It was sick.
That's insane.
Yeah. I just, it was good. Jonathan Taylor. This was a big thing for me, was Jonathan Taylor was, vying for the rushing title this year. He had 14 carries for 26 yards in this game.
Yeah.
It did not seem like they cared too much about the stats for the end of the year. Trying to look up the stat leaders of who it would be, because I think it was Jonathan Taylor and James Cook was the other one. So let me see if I can pull that up. Player stat leaders. Yep, James Cook,
He's
1,600
still number
rushing
one.
yards.
That's
He's number
crazy.
one. Let me pull up player. Yeah. Yep. James Cook is the NFL's rushing leader as of right now. Big Dog plays tonight. He's got 1,469 yards. He would need a total of like 150 yards
Huh.
to beat James Cook as of right now, which,
He's probably gonna do
you know, he's
it.
probably going to do that, bro. Hey, if I'm being honest, he probably going to do that.
He probably do that.
Oh, man.
Dang it, man. Not good. Um,
So,
yeah, on the
yeah.
other side though, the Texans offense, I thought the Texans offense looked great, honestly. Nothing crazy, but I still think they're good enough to hang with anyone in playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I'm excited to watch Texans in the playoffs, man. I love
Yeah.
the Texans as a team.
I'm telling you, man, if y'all are looking for early Super Bowl tickets, I think it's going to be Texans Seahawks. I think that's the ticket. Both these teams are just playing lights out, and they're both dominant defenses. And that Super Bowl is going to be probably gross, but also a lot of fun if you're into defensive games,
Absolutely.
because that's going to be a defensive just slugfest.
Gosh.
But yeah, I agree. I thought the Texans played really well on offense. Didn't have Nico Collins in this one. Didn't matter. So Texans have now won 9 straight heading into the playoffs. They'll be currently they're the number 5 seed, and they will stay the 5 seed. So they'll play the winner of Pittsburgh, Baltimore. So
Oh.
Houston most likely moving on to round 2, which would put them up against that could put them up against New England or Denver or Jacksonville. So we'll see. But yeah, really excited about the Texans. For the Colts, this is a really tough spot to be in. They've painted themselves into a corner, and this is why I was initially hesitant on the trade they did for Sauce. They traded those 2 firsts away for Sauce Gardner. Obviously, they were in a win now mode. Everybody was healthy. You can't predict injuries, but what you can do is cover your assets. You don't go all in when you're a team that's good, but like, what were their realistic chances of winning the Super Bowl?
Right.
I don't think their realistic chances of winning were that high. And not to say you don't put your best foot forward every year, you do. But now they've sent away 2 first-round picks. Daniel Jones goes down with the season-ending injury, and they're going to have to re-sign him or find somebody else. And they've just painted themselves into a corner now because they do not have their future first for the next 2 years. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they do. But I will say shout out to the Colts. They did play a very good season. Good to see guys like Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman play well. Jonathan Taylor having such a dominant season. So the future is bright in Indy. They just got to figure out the quarterback situation.
For sure.
All right, moving on. Tennessee went to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. In Jacksonville, it looked really close initially. Cam Ward led a really nice drive to start the game and ran one in. However, he did leave the game with an injury. I think it was a rib injury, if I'm not mistaken. It was a shoulder injury. He had a sling for his right shoulder after the game. So he was taken off the field pretty much after the first drive, and then the Jags just tore it up from there. So I don't know, Cabes, what did you take away from this one?
Yeah, I mean, Cam Ward only had 3 pass attempts, 3 completions, but I'm excited for Cam Ward. I really am. I think these past like 3 to 5 weeks, he is just taking a big step. Kind of honestly like a step you'd hope to see from some of these other guys that we talk about.
Right.
Like a Bryce Young or something like that. Obviously, Bryce has his flashes. I mean, it's a bad comparison. But this is when you want to see from your rookie QB. Me and you were just having this conversation recently that the rookie QBs coming out, it's just the ones that have been the most fruitful of these older prospects like the Bo Nix and Tyler Shugg, who have more experience. and they make those extra steps, and you can see that they can maintain themselves and lead drives down the field. And it was looking pretty bad for Tennessee the first half of the year. Not gonna lie to you. Well, probably the first
Yeah.
3 quarters of the year.
Yeah.
Um, but Cam Ward has rallied. He has made some super impressive plays. I don't know if you've ever seen like on social media like the highlight reels of like crazy Cam Ward passes,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
like 6 or 7 of them of him like getting hit, falling, and making these just Mahomes type plays, and
Amazing.
it's insane. But it's not only that; it's just his poise in the pocket,
Yeah.
which I hate using that word because I feel like I am a Chris Collinsworth, but
Yeah.
um,
He looks like
he just
Mahomes back there.
I know, but he just looks good. He's setting his feet. He's letting the play develop. He's not being shaken by the pass rush, and he's just making good plays, man. Good
Right.
throws. His like
Uh,
specialty are those guys hitting those deep crossing routes, those
yeah.
deep posts. Dude, those throws are beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
go
that,
ahead.
I was just gonna say that was like one of the big things for me, with like looking at him as a rookie was you watch him and he was nonchalant dreadhead the
Yeah,
entire time he played in college. Like he would snap the ball, he didn't look stressed out about anything. But the NFL is just a totally different game, right? It's a
right.
lot more pressure. There's different coverages. The guys are all faster, bigger, stronger. The rush is coming at you immediately. So how would his game? Oh, Raiders just got a safety.
Dude just got
man,
smacked.
man, Chiefs are going to go 6-11 on the season. Wow. Um, but yeah, um, he needed to adjust to the NFL speed, which I think you saw the first, like you said, 3 quarters of the season. But to see him rally after getting his butt kicked, I mean, he was probably the most sacked quarterback for the first half of the season by far.
Yeah,
And had no help. His top receivers are Alec Ayemanor, a rookie, Kamir DK, another rookie. Calvin Ridley was trash and then got hurt and left the team. So like to see Cam Ward rally and play as well as he has these last couple games, and especially this game to start off so hot, man, I'm very excited about Cam Ward next year. They
yeah.
get him a
Like you
little bit of
said,
help. I just think he's good.
exactly. There's so many things working against him that come into play. The receiving core being bottom five, O line bottom five. They had a coaching staff change like
Yep, huge
mid-season.
coach change. Yep.
Huge coach change, exactly. It's just everything you don't want to happen for a developing QB
Yeah.
to come into happen to Cam Ward. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for him. On the other side with the Jags, this is a team that we thought were fraudulent, not very good, barely winning games, kind of getting lucky, didn't have an
Soft.
identity, soft,
Weak.
weak. uh, um, but they have completely turned it around. Trevor Lawrence is looking like a top 5 QB in the league. Um, the defense is playing solid, keeping up with everyone else, and I mean they are just, oh my gosh, probably like playing as the best offense probably the past like 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Um, and it completely just turned things around, man. Super exciting. Also, I was reading the stat that Trevor Lawrence receivers have the most drop passes this year,
Yeah.
which obviously there's probably different situations where
Brian
that's
Thomas was the
here.
majority of those.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, Jared Goff just threw an interception.
Let's go. Let's
That's
go.
hilarious. What a
Bears
bad
Nation.
pass.
Bears Nation.
Um,
Roar.
it's so weird what like the Jaguars started out as and where they are now because I don't think
Yeah.
anyone could have predicted it. We did predict a good passing offense, but not in this way.
Yep.
It's so weird, but it's super cool to see. Um, very exciting for him. I love the Jaguars. I've been loving Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, and this is the push that we were waiting to see from Bryce Young. Um, Trevor Lawrence was kind of
Jared Goff
similar,
is so buns.
Yeah, he's
Sorry.
bad.
That pass was in triple coverage, brother.
Horrendous. I know
What
it
is he
was.
thinking?
With the safety behind. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of push we wanted to see from Bryce Young. Like very similar.
Yeah.
Like both were first overall picks. Struggled for years, couldn't get anything going, and now it's like second half of the season. Trevor Lawrence has been consistently a dog. Um, So yeah, definitely. Dang, Luther, wide open drop. That sucks. Um, Jaguars are a scary team to see in the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah, Trey brought that up a couple weeks ago. That they were his sleeper team. Don't sleep on them, and they've ever since he said that have gone on a huge run.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw this coming. I think we thought they would have a definite step forward after getting Liam Cohen in there, and the James Gladstone as GM, that just doing some cool things over there. But dude, Liam Cohen, this has been the most fun season to see some of these young coaches come in and turn these teams around so fast.
I know,
Mike
absolutely.
McDonald, you've got Liam Cohen.
Ben
I even
Johnson.
think Ben Johnson. Yeah, these guys like Kellen Moore doing what he's
Yeah,
been doing
Kellen
over
Moore.
there
Dave
in New
Canales to an
Orleans.
extent.
Dave Canales to an extent. Like you're just seeing a lot of these young coaches kind of figuring out the NFL game really fast. And it's just really exciting to see these coaches come into the league. Now, if we can get some quarterbacks to match it, I'd be
Yeah,
very excited. So,
fun league.
but yeah, Jags will be the 3 seed after today. So they'll play who's that? LA. They'll play the Chargers, which I don't
Shoo,
know
that's
what
gonna be
you
a
think.
crazy game. What was
Yeah,
it?
I think.
2 years ago, the Chargers were whooping them, and
Well,
Trevor
actually,
Lawrence let the
hold on, hold
comeback.
on. No. I'm wrong. Chargers are about to lose to the Broncos, so they're going to drop to the 7 seed. Bills, who just beat the Jets today, will jump up to the 6 seed. So it'll be Jags and Bills.
Oh gosh, no
So
way,
that's going to
that's
be
gonna be a crazy game.
that's going to be a high scoring affair, back and forth. Um, I still like the Jags in that game, though.
I was about to say I kind of like the Jags in that game.
I just think they're a more complete team. This Bills team is just not very good.
No, they're not. They haven't shown
So
anything the past 6 weeks that show that they are an elite team.
yeah, exactly,
That can beat anyone, especially the offense, and
exactly.
really the defense.
Yep,
I'm right there
same.
with you.
So yeah. Anyway, I think for the Titans, like they're gonna have a pretty high draft pick.
For
I
sure.
should have gotten the draft order pulled up. Can I pull that up really quick? NFL
I know that'd be a good idea.
draft cast. Let me see. So right now, oh, oh, things are gonna change massively, Caves. All right, so hold
Oh
on,
wow.
because the Raiders are winning right now. Raiders are
Oh
winning
wait,
right now
they've already
against the
clinched the
Chiefs.
101. No, they've already clinched the 101. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I
Right?
swear I just got an alert today from Sleeper that said they clinched the 101.
No, because then the Cardinals had lost, the Titans will have lost, unless the Titans beat them. So the Titans might own the thing, but maybe Arizona gets the 101. I don't know.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
I don't know. Maybe they do already have it locked up. Either way, it looks like the Titans are going to have a top 3 pick in the draft.
Okay, so we're looking at
So
Raiders, Titans, and where did the Giants? The Giants won today, so they're probably like bottom five now.
yeah, they're going to be. Well, my computer's frozen. Come on. Sorry. Giants have won. So they're right now they are probably 4, 5, probably 5th.
Mm.
So it's Cardinals, Raiders, Titans, Jets. Yeah, the Jets could
Okay.
jump up. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. But man, that's just crazy. So top 5 pick for the.
Insane.
I can't believe the Cardinals are going to get a top 5 pick. Kyler Murray is toast. Kyler Murray is Dunzo.
He
Dunzo
is.
Madunzo.
He's
So
Dunzo.
anyway, I just think the Titans, there's a chance they should just take receiver in the first round, but it'll probably be
Yeah.
O-line, which is also a good thing to do. I think their
They've
defense
taken
is
O
fine.
line for the past 2 years. I agree. If they don't go O line with their first pick, go receiver and
Yeah.
just blow all your free agency money on O line.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
just get rid of everybody and get a whole new O line.
Yep. 100%.
But this is kind of what we've seen in the past with young guys like Cam Ward. His teams don't do anything about them and get defense or something like that, and don't get them O line or receivers, and it kills them.
Right.
So I pray that they draft someone or at least go crazy in free agency for O-line or
Okay.
the receiver position.
So Raiders did lock up the first round pick or the first overall
I done
pick.
told you, man.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. I got all excited for nothing. Right now, it looks like Raiders, Titans, Jets, Cardinals. Yeah, man, that's crazy. So Titans might have the second pick overall. That's crazy.
I would love if they traded back. One of these teams need a
Yeah, they should
QB.
trade back. That's
They
really the
should
best
trade
move.
back.
Is trade back. But yeah,
Absolutely.
let's move on. We'll hit another game. Another stinker here. Giants, Cowboys. Both these teams eliminated from playoffs. Dak played for a little bit. This was another one of those games where the a stat Dak could have been the leader in pass yards this year. So he only played for a little bit of this game. So let me see if I can pull it up because he still might be. Yeah, he's still the number one quarterback by about 40 yards. Stafford is closing in on him if Stafford's still playing. But yeah, so Prescott played, got 70 yards. Then they moved on to Joe Milton, who, Joe Milton's just Joe Milton. He's going to make some weird plays. Biggest thing from this one that I saw was Jackson Dart played a great game. Even with Gunnar Olszewski. But Jaden Blue, we finally got our boy Jaden Blue. He was another one of those late round rookie guys that I was touting early on. I don't think he dressed like all year. He finally gets to play in this one. Looked pretty good. 16 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Did break off a 27-yard run. But, yeah, was there anything you took away from the game, or should we just talk about their future in this one?
Yeah, nothing really from the game.
Talk about the Giants. I know you love the Giants.
This is probably the team I'm most excited for in the offseason to make something happen. It's funny because I feel like their coaching staff is doing everything they can to tank and not win games since they changed coaches.
Yeah.
And Jackson Dart doesn't care because he wants to win games. I love it because the boy is just nasty. Let's talk about it. Jackson Dart next year. The offense will be currently Dart, Malik Neighbors, Wandale, as far as I'm sure his rookie contract's not up, right?
Yep.
Theo Johnson, who's made a big step this year. Cam Scataboon will be back.
Scataboon!
Which Jackson Dart and Cam Scataboon are like best friends now. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, they are.
I think Jackson Dart was like doing like his pregame ritual, like smacking his head against the wall without Scataboon there. So I'm so excited for this offense. I know the biggest glaring thing that everyone will jump at is receiver. I disagree. I think if New York can come out in the draft and get their secondary help, I think that's huge. I think investing into this defense, honestly, would be huge first priority. The defensive line is already young, getting better, looking better. Sign some linebackers, but then getting someone in the secondary to really make that step to the way they can be a little more consistent to where teams can't pass all over them every single game, I think will be huge. I mean, it would be sick to get Jackson Dart another receiver, but I mean, look at him, dude. He turned Gunnar Olszewski today into prime Megatron.
Right.
I'm not saying it's going to happen every game, but next year it'll be Malik, Theo, and Wandale. Don't go crazy in the draft. Don't take some guy early with it. Maybe a second round, a third round guy, or just go in the off season and get one of these veterans. And then definitely, please go out and make some good decisions with the coaching staff. Oh my gosh, the guys they have calling plays is the biggest thing. Absolutely. Please get some dogs in the coaching room.
I thought the play calling on the offensive side wasn't too bad this year. I think the offense played pretty well. Their defense, outside of their pass rush, the secondary is just god awful, and they could not stop the run at all. So they got a lot of work to do on the defensive side. I don't think the offense is that far off. I think receiver to get another option for Dart. O-line. I think O-line's probably the priority. Look up the O-line and then get a receiver in the second round. But yeah, I mean, right now they're projected pick 2. They're definitely going to go O-line or best player available on defense. I just don't see these receivers being like the top options for them.
No, not at all. And gosh, have you seen these rumors of Giants like trading Jackson Dart since they have such a high draft pick and getting one of these QBs? It's like this
That's
is
so
the dumbest
stupid.
thing I've ever heard in my
Yeah,
life.
it's not a
I
real
think it's just
rumor.
people talking, but
Yeah,
yeah,
people
it's the dumbest thing I've
talking
ever
about people.
heard. People talking.
Yeah, they definitely need a new coach, and I think there's a lot of good coaches out there. I think Clint Kubiak is a great offensive coach who would help Jackson Dart so much. I think even Chris Shula, the D coordinator for the Rams,
Well,
would
we
be a
talked
great
about Mike
option.
Flores from Minnesota
Or
coming
Brian
out and being
Flores.
Brian
Yeah,
Flores.
Brian
Sorry.
Flores would be a great one. Um,
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Candidates. I'm just gonna pull up a list.
Mike Tomlin.
Hey! Yeah, maybe.
No, I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Do you want to know what's crazy? Because we talked about the Titans, and I forgot to mention this. They're going to be in the head coaching market as well.
This is true.
You know who right now is like the top consideration for the Titans, according to the rumors?
Oh God,
you're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this so much, and this is what makes.
Is it our offensive coordinator?
No. I wish that would be awesome. Get Arthur Smith out of there, but no.
Oh gosh, who is it?
Matt Nagy.
What's the...
Yeah.
Have you seen that meme? The dude biting his fist.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Somebody on Reddit said it should be Matt Nagy or Nick Caley, the OC for Houston.
Gosh,
that's crazy.
That's so upsetting.
But yeah, no, just there's a lot of good options out there. Mike McCarthy's another good one. Old Packers and Cowboys head coach, big winner, great for offenses. He's a good option, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I think the Giants could go very wrong here, but there's a lot of good coaching options out there. Let's talk about the Cowboys though, because this was Brian Schottenheimer's first year with the team. I thought he did pretty well. He inherited a pretty crappy defense. That offense was dangerous all year. And it was exactly like we talked about in the offseason. Trey and I were talking about this is the new Bengals, the terrible defense, but incredible offense. I don't think the offense really needs a whole lot of work. I think they just need to go pour into their defense.
Absolutely.
Especially like defensive line after losing Michael Parsons, they're going to need some edge help. They need corners. What's his name? Forgot to even mention this at the top of the show, but Trayvon Diggs just got waived from the team this past week. Did you hear about this?
That's crazy. I did see that. That's insane.
Waived, like not just like cut from the team. That's insane for a guy that I'm pretty sure they just paid him. But I mean, I don't think Diggs is very good. I always thought Diggs was bad. But yeah, I just think defense is going to be the main thing for them. Currently, their biggest need, according to NFL Network, their biggest needs are edge, safety, cornerback, linebacker, and then they've got wide receiver on there. I just don't see wide receiver being a need for them. I think, if anything, running back is the other need.
Absolutely. Not even. They've got Javonte. Yeah, the offense is set. If you want to add to the O-line, go ahead. But
we'll
go crazy on the defense.
To the O-line.
Everything on the defense except for maybe interior linemen on the D-line. But everything else, please, for the love of everything that's good, do something about the daggone defense.
Do something about that defense.
But like you said, depending on how much money is going to be tied up with the offense, how crazy can they go with the defense?
I mean that's going to be that's why they got to draft them. They can't really do a whole lot in free agency. They're going to need to go crazy on the in the draft, which they've done a decent job drafting in the past few years. So could be a good thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, who's next?
Let's see. Green Bay travels to Minnesota in a game that apparently didn't matter to them. They just kind of cut their losses and said, we're just going to be the worst seed in the NFL. They probably wanted to play the Bears, to be honest.
Yeah.
So they also didn't really have an opportunity to jump up. So they rested their starters. We had Mr. Clayton Tune, the last quarterback to throw not the last quarterback to throw a touchdown to Matthew Golden, but he threw a touchdown to Matthew Golden in college. And then, Matthew Golden hadn't scored in over a year. Packers just didn't start anybody good. It's just bad game. Vikings defense just elite. 9 played for a good majority of this game. Wasn't terrible. Finally, we got some Justin Jefferson. We got Justin Jefferson over 100 yards, so he
Thank
continues
God.
his streak of 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. So good for him. But yeah, I mean, this was just kind of a stinker. Let's talk first about the Packers and how you like their odds in the playoffs. This is wild because this was a team that early on was dominant in the year, and then very quickly just kind of tapered off. They lost some close games. They got kind of exposed on defense, and now they're the worst seed in the playoff picture. I don't know. What do you think are their odds to do anything in the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about how much I don't like the Packers and how we've been calling them frauds since the beginning of the year. I will say they lost their best receiver in Tucker Kraft, and that was just a big blow. That hurts because besides him, they cannot get a single consistent receiver on the field. Christian Watson started to come on at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But that's about it. And it's so funny to me that they benched absolutely everybody on the starting line except for Matthew Golden. So I guess that goes to show where Matthew Golden stands in the coach's eyes. Who'd you say they probably go up against first, Green Bay in playoffs?
They will play the Chicago Bears. As long as Chicago
Bears.
wins today.
Love it.
No, yeah, Chicago Bears. His Eagles are going to lose as well. I mean, they play the Bears pretty well this season. I think they basically they won the first game. They gave up the last game. That was crazy when the Bears came back and kicked the onside kick. I mean, that was just an act of God.
Yeah, that was insane. I will say the Bears have definitely found like a bit of a rhythm since that last game against the Packers, and it's only been a couple games, obviously. And they lose today to Detroit. But I don't know, man. This game could go a couple different ways. If Caleb Williams can kind of catch heat and be the Caleb Williams that played against San Fran last week and get everybody involved with Luther, and then also have a very, very efficient run game, it could tear them up. It could be a blowout.
Yeah.
But if they're inconsistent like they were today and are late to putting points on the board, then I see Green Bay just taking it home.
Yeah.
This game's a toss-up for me. I really think it could go either way. I'm not really committed to either thought just yet.
I still just don't think the Packers are really going to do a whole lot in the playoffs. They just feel like that team that barely squeaks in and fraudulent defense. But anyway, I don't need to keep talking about them as frauds. Let's talk about the Vikings because a lot of decisions need to be made here. You got the quarterback situation is number one. I'm sure Kevin O'Connell is safe. His job is safe. But on the quarterback situation, we've got J.J. McCarthy starting. And surprise. This is the thing that's such a big deal is that they're 9-8. So even though we as mainly fantasy football guys, we hate J.J. McCarthy because he doesn't throw to his receivers. He doesn't make the rest of his team score a lot. This Vikings team was very bad for fantasy players, but McCarthy played decently well and they won a lot of games. They didn't make playoffs, but what do you think they do in the quarterback room? You think that they're going to go for somebody in free agency, like is rumored right now? Because the rumors are they're going to try to find a veteran to kind of push JJ. Or do you think they should just stick with JJ? And do you think they should go in the draft and try to get somebody? I don't know. What do you think?
Absolutely not. They're a win now team. They're ready to get things going right now. So go get you a veteran. I don't know what really options there are. I guess you just go back to old Kirky.
Right.
We keep talking about the San Fran backup. I always forget his name for some reason.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, thank you.
Mac Attack.
Mac Attack. Or the fake Instagram rumors are true, and they just blow everything, go get Joe Burrow, reunite with old Jay Jettis.
Yep.
I'd love it. Since he doesn't deserve to have Joe Burrow. They're idiots. They're knuckleheads. But as soon as they do get a QB, this is probably a top 7 team in the league for sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the record shows it. They're nasty.
Let the record show. Yeah, I think they, this is the worst place to be, is to have a good team, but to not have a quarterback, because you'll never be, it's the Steelers from the last decade. You will never have a draft pick high enough to get one of these good rookie quarterbacks. You might luck out and get like a Jalen Hurts or a Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But you're not going to get that guy. So going to a vet, with a vet, most of the vets that are available are guys that are not very good. I mean, Sam Darnold has been just a miracle story. Daniel Jones was pretty good, and there is rumors that the Vikings would like to sign Daniel Jones. But I just realistically, do those guys help you win Super Bowls? Darnold's a great game manager in Seattle, but he's, like we've talked about, carried a lot by this defense and good offensive players around him and an excellent offensive coordinator. So
for sure.
I just feel scared for the Vikings. They're at pick 17 currently for the NFL draft. So, that's definitely difficult.
They don't have their picks in this draft, do they? Didn't they trade their picks?
I think they still have their first. They just have a very few picks. I think they only have 4 picks this year. So, definitely a bummer. But yeah, let's move on, because we're spending a lot of time on some of these teams. We need to speed it up a little. So let's talk Browns Bengals.
Okay, hurry.
Browns Bengals, another stinker game. Not a whole lot going on. Myles Garrett did break the sack record. However, he needed a whole extra game to do it, and he needed Joe Burrow to give himself up so that he could get that sack. Just crazy. It's crazy that TJ Watt, obviously we're Steelers homers, so we're going to defend our boy, but TJ Watt did it in 2 less games than Myles Garrett because of injury. And just shows how dominant of a season that was. And they took away a sack of his. That was definitely a sack. I can't remember what the circumstances were, but he definitely broke the record. Didn't just tie it. But anyway, there we go. Myles Garrett, give him his flowers. He is a great player. Nothing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, both these teams are heading into the offseason. I think we know what the Bengals need. Bengals need O-line. They need defense. I did see the defense come on later in the year, but O-line is going to be the big priority. I mean, is there anything you want to add to that, or can we just move on from that? Because I think we know. Yeah,
I mean, they got to draft well. We talked about their corner, DJ Turner, who is super, super underrated. Really good corner. So really just working on the D-line, is a huge thing. And
they're going to have a top 10 pick. I mean, most likely they're going to be top 10, top 12. So, good for them.
What if they get Carnell Tate?
Sorry, I was looking at the draft list right now, and it said the Rams had pick 12. I said, what? How? There's no way. Pick acquired from the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could you imagine the Bengals go get Carnell Tate? Did you see Zach Wilson after the game in this one?
No.
They interviewed him. He was so mad, fuming, which for him is like,
Wait, who does Zach Wilson play for?
Sorry, Zach Taylor.
Oh, Zach Taylor. Okay, I was about to say.
He was
I'm so mad right now.
I'm so freaking mad. He was like, after Myles Garrett got the sack, the refs paused the game so that Myles Garrett could have his flowers and everybody could cheer for him and all this stuff. And Zach Taylor was complaining about it in the in-game interview. He's like, they're killing us. We have a tempo. We're fighting for our lives out here. Our guys are fighting for their lives out here, and they want to stop the game, and it throws off our tempo and everything. I'm like, dude, get this man out of here. Why are you
fire Zach Taylor
in week 18? You had all year to worry, and now you're going to worry now. You know what? Just stop. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns.
He's screaming and yelling. A bunch of $100 bills fall out his back pocket. Oh.
Zach Wilson.
Anyways.
Hey, the game must go on. Stupid idiot. So let's talk about the Browns. Rumors are the Browns are more than likely going to be moving on from Kevin Stefanski as head coach.
Wow.
Which kind of shocking to me because I think Stefanski's a pretty good coach.
I didn't mind Stefanski
had
at
him
all.
there for quite a while. So maybe it's just a change of scenario thing. They are keeping Andrew Berry, which I think is also a problem. I don't think Andrew Berry's a very good GM. Oh my gosh, I need to save that tweet. That's crazy. The Raiders are projected to have 10 draft picks this year.
Good Lord.
Whoever gets to be head coach for them is going to have so much fun because they also have over
the Raiders
$100 million
rebuild year.
space.
That's so dope. Good for the Raiders, man. I love it.
Yeah, we'll talk about them more in a bit. But yeah, so Shaduki Sanders, 6 sacks in this game against the Bengals, just terrible. I don't think you have a quarterback. Like you're not gonna start Shador or Dylan Gabriel. Maybe what is his name? Deshaun Watson can get healthy and come back, but like, what does that do for you? Like, there's no reason to even do that.
Yeah.
So Browns have a lot of question marks. What do you want to see from them in the offseason?
I love what they're doing with the defense. I think the defense is fine. Maybe add in a couple cheap pieces, just to say you did it. Yeah, the glaring problem is QB. And also a little bit of O-line and maybe receivers as well. But the good thing for the Browns, wow, Trey Harris just made a beautiful catch in the back of the end zone. That was like a Santonio Holmes catch. That's crazy.
Was that?
Wow.
Did you say Trey Harris, or was that
Trey Harris? I think it's for 2 points. It must be for the 2.
All right.
Anyways,
Browns.
Get back to track.
Defense.
The good thing for the Browns, they don't have to fix everything right now. They don't have to fill every positional need or anything like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been rebuilding. They have pieces. Slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
But I guess the biggest question is do you go all in and get your QB right now with your top 7 pick? Or do you wait for 2027 where it's projected to be an absolutely stacked draft class?
Right.
And get your guy then, which,
right.
If you couldn't tell, that's the way I'm leaning for sure. Instead of trying to get these guys who are maybe worth something in this year's drafts, maybe hit on someone low chance, but fill the other positions first, Run with Dylan Gabriel for a year or go get, another guy off free agency. Just run with him for a year and get you another top pick. You're going to be starting with a new coaching staff anyway if you fire Stefanski. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure which position, but I guess it really just depends on who falls to them with what pick they have, and just take best available. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, they need a lot of help, man. And we could say like, oh, they don't need to fix all these positions, but like as a franchise, it's just sad to see you be this bad for this long with so many early picks, and you continue to screw yourself up.
I know.
Just a sad excuse for an organization. I don't know. This would be the time to like make all the moves you could because the AFC North is very weak right now. There's dissension in the camp. There's a chance Lamar Jackson doesn't play again for the Baltimore Ravens. There's a chance the Steelers, are moving on from head coach Mike Tomlin and headed into a massive rebuild themselves. The Bengals, continue to bungle it. So the Browns have a massive opportunity here, but if they don't have their foot on the gas, then, they're just never going to win. So yeah, I'm sad for the Browns, didn't think Shador was going to be anything. And that's why they took him in the 5th round. And we saw it today. Shador can have good games because most NFL quarterbacks can have good games. But his biggest problem is he's just like Geno, takes too many sacks, throws the ball into really bad places.
He's reckless.
He's reckless. He's not an NFL quarterback. So,
And he's young, he could develop into something a little bit better, but
nah, bro, he can't develop, bro. His frontal cortex is already pre-developed, or is fully developed, is what I mean.
yeah, his mindset.
I don't know. Maybe he could.
It.
I don't know. I just think Shador's headspace isn't like all the way there of like developing.
I agree.
So let's move on. Let's talk about a more a way better rookie quarterback from this year. Tyler Shuck and the Saints went and played the Falcons. The Saints lose to the Falcons by 2 here, and really Shuck threw an interception to end the game, which kind of sucked. But Tyler Shuck was throwing to some no names other than my boy Dante Pettis. But yeah, no Olave here. And really it was nobody else. Estime, Evan Hull, Juwan Johnson, Dante Pettis, Kevin Austin Jr., Taysom Hill, Ronnie Bell, Samari Toure, a bunch of guys that you probably don't know of. Just quickly on the Saints, what would you like to say on them?
I mean, we've been singing their praises for quite a while now. You've obviously loved Tyler Shuck, and I've been coming around Tyler Shuck for sure. Yeah, I'm excited for this team. Golly, I think their defense is still super underrated as well.
Right.
I think they have a very solid defense and a great defense coordinator behind them. But man, get Shucks some receivers. Maybe draft some guy in the first, and then sign another one in free agency, whoever it may be. You got Olave, and a rookie stud, and another guy free agency. I'm excited for this team. Man, I'm really excited to watch them play.
Right.
I don't know much about their O line. It seems like they're probably like middle of the road. But if they can really hit in the draft and get some good positional pieces, this team, I can see Saints going to the playoffs next year. If Shug continues what he's doing, I can see them going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I can see them because right now they're at pick 8 and probably stay right around that area. That's perfect place to go get one of these receivers. Get Carnell Tate, get Jordan Tyson, whatever.
Jeremiah Love, get a run game.
Nah. You can get a running back in free agency. Just get you a receiver.
Running back's not as important.
You've already seen that you've got a quarterback that can deliver. If you can have Olave and then one other receiver, I mean, Shuck goes from like this like no-name guy to someone who everybody thought was going to be a bust to now like, I mean, he could be a top 8 quarterback in the league. He could be a Joe Burrow, I think. I just think he's that good. I mean, every game he's playing so well. So, yeah, I just love him. Love Tyler Shuck. But yeah, on the other side, well, real quick, Troy's here. What's up, Troy? How you doing, my friend?
T-Roy?
I want to ask Troy, how did you feel about the Giants going out and winning today and giving up the first overall pick? Because I think that was the thing holding the Raiders back. If the Giants didn't win, then actually, if the Giants
that was last week
win,
when the Giants beat the Raiders last week. When they forfeited it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me how you feel about that, Troy. But yeah, Cabes, on the Falcons side, let's talk Falcons. Raheem Morris, is he on the hot seat? Like, what does this team need to do to get over the hump? This felt like the year it could have been. So what do you think?
Potentially, it's obviously no mystery that I'm not a fan of the quarterbacks for Atlanta, unless his name is Kirk Cousins. Dog. I don't like Michael Penix. I don't think Michael Penix is good. And if they continue with Michael Penix, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Right. Another team that has a glaring hole at receiver, though, Drake London, as good as he is, cannot continue to have 18 targets a game and just carrying this team. Right. Kyle Pitts randomly steps up sometimes when he wants to, but I don't think he's going to be someone you can really trust. I think he's already proven that he's just inconsistent as well. And, you can't really depend on him. The biggest thing I like analyzing about this team is the trade they did make with the Rams to get their first round that last year, and they got the two defensive linemen. Um, I can't remember their names. I don't know if you remember the two guys they got, but they forfeited this year's first round pick to get them.
Sorry, say that
They
one more
looked
time.
great.
I just had to answer a text.
Well, I was talking about the biggest thing I like analyzing is the trade they made with the Rams in the draft this past year, where they
Oh
traded
yeah,
this year's first and got the
right,
two
right,
defensive linemen.
right.
Um, I love what Atlanta did with the defense, though. I think the two guys they got are solid, and I think they're getting better. And then obviously we were talking about the safety last week. Um, gosh, I'm just forgetting everyone's names today. Xavier Watts. Um,
Yeah,
just disgusting, man.
dog.
Disgusting. Um, so I love what Atlanta did with the defense. You've got Bijan Robinson, probably the best running back in the league.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I really wouldn't hate to see them run with Kirk Cousins for the year. It's
Yep.
not going to happen. They're probably going to run with Michael Penix again, depending what his injury looks like. Um, but I don't think either one's really your long-term solution at all. But please fix the receiver room. Please,
Yeah.
I'm begging for everything that is good. Add some receivers to the receiver room. Um, give your QB, whoever it is, a fighting chance, someone to throw
Yeah.
to, and there's a potential there. Um,
All right.
but yeah,
Real
go ahead.
quick. Troy says he's just glad anytime the Giants beat the Cowboys. If we get the second pick, I would trade that for more picks. And I think, Troy, we're all on
Nice.
the same page. I don't know why NFL teams don't do that more often. They should. We saw the Browns do it this last year, and it worked out pretty well for them. I mean, they could have had Travis
Mm-hmm.
Hunter. I agree. Travis Hunter is like a dynamic player, but also they ended up with some really solid picks from that. So, yeah, Browns had a very good draft this past year. For the Falcons, man, I just think Raheem Morris needs to go. I did like the trade up because, in the grand scheme of things, I think they got two very good edge rushers, and this 2026 class doesn't look very good. But they're going to need some help. I definitely think receiver is one of those spots. I think their O line is going to improve next year just from guys returning from injury because they were just
Mm-hmm.
thrashed with injuries in this season. So that's a thing. And let's see. Yeah, I guess I can't find their real team needs. I think the defense, there's a lot of promise there, like you said. Maybe a couple pieces there, but yeah, definitely receiving options is a big need here. And then, keeping your eyes up for quarterback because we don't know about Penix. He's been okay, but I don't know. But yeah, let's move on. Let's talk Commanders Eagles. Commies Eagles. Commanders beat the Eagles 24-17 today. Eagles didn't start their starters. Tanner McKee played well. And was Bill very involved? No, he had 13 carries for 29 yards. Brother, this ain't good for us, boy.
No, man.
Yeah.
No.
First thing, Caleb, let's talk about the Commanders. I'll tell you this. Rumor is that Cliff Kingsbury is on the outs as OC there.
Good.
I'm having deja vu, man. I'm just having so much deja vu from Arizona
With Kyler, I
when,
know.
2 years with Kyler, and then it's like, okay, we're done with you. But he's on his way, most likely out in this scenario. This team has so many holes. It was really covered up last year after they had a Cinderella year with Jaden Daniels playing. But when he went down this year, you saw all those holes exposed. And so I don't know. What do you think about the Commanders this
Gross.
year, Gabe's?
Yeah, I mean,
Chloe.
first off, I don't know if this is like universal or not, but I've been hearing a lot of people that I'm friends with just talking about how Jaden Daniels is like no longer even like considered a top 10 quarterback. And that's dumb. That's
Yeah.
stupid to me. Jaden Daniels is elite. He's insane. He is so good. Um, obviously he just battled multiple injuries this year. His receiving core was injured all year long. And they just never got in a groove. Nobody stayed healthy long enough for them to get going. Um, and it sucked for him. But like you said, it sucks for the commies. They went out and spent money um, and made trades, getting veterans and older pieces because they wanted to win it all this year.
Right.
Um, I could never hit on a team for wanting to go all in. It's risky. It's super risky, and this is the
Yeah.
price you got to pay. Because now, like you said, there's just so many different just uh, glaring holes that they're going to
Yeah.
need to really start
Edge,
filling.
corner, linebacker, tight end,
Defense, yeah. Not to mention the
receiver.
receiving core is very
Yeah,
old. You got
very
Terry,
old.
who's going to be 31 next year. I think Diva's going to be 30.
We
Um,
like some of the young guys like Jalen Lane, but they're not like,
they're the
high
difference
quality
makers.
starters, Yeah.
Traylon
Treylon
Burks, though.
Burks.
Come on now.
Hey! Still trash, still trash, still
Still
trash, still
bad.
trash. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
agree
know,
with you on
man.
the Commanders, man.
They need to go all defense this year. As
Yeah.
exciting as it would have been to invest in some offensive guys, you got to get practical. You got to lay a foundation first because it's just very very tough to repeat what they did Jaden Daniels rookie year.
Yeah.
But Jaden Daniels is still a top 10 quarterback, and if anyone says different, you're a knucklehead. Um,
Yeah, I definitely think Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback.
Absolutely.
I think people are silly to say that. There were a lot of injuries, and I think that the offensive play system or play calling just regressed.
For
It
sure.
made sense last year. It was so simple, but nobody could stop it. And this year, just teams figured out what they were doing, and that's the Cliff Kingsbury system.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think Commanders have their work cut out for them, but I definitely don't think that they're like a terrible, terrible team. I think they can turn it around pretty fast.
Yeah.
Eagles, on the other hand, so Eagles are in the playoffs. They are going to be, where's the standings? Eagles are the 3 seed. So 3 seed, they're going to go play LA first, and
Nice.
rematch of last year's playoff game, which was a very
Nice.
good game. How do you like their odds? I know you still like the Rams.
Yeah, I still like the Rams, man. The Eagles are kind of similar to the Broncos for me, to where their offense never got clicking. Offense never found the groove, never were efficient. They were bad against bad teams, honestly, and even against
Yeah.
bad defenses. They made their splash plays because they have some of the best playmakers in the league. Um, but the defense has been carrying the absolute piss out of this team. The defense has been playing lights out lately,
Yeah.
playing exceptionally well. So, like you said, man, it's so many different teams that are in playoffs right now that are relying on defense. And this year's Super Bowl is probably going to be super lame if you're not a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, man. That Rams Eagles game is going to be insane. Remember when they played the first part this
Isn't
year? Rams were supposed to win. They had that blocked field goal late in the game
Yeah.
that turned the
Yep.
whole thing. That was insane. Um, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's going to be a huge game to shake up the NFC. Like whoever wins that game has a very good chance of being the Super Bowl team.
Absolutely.
Because I'd say they're both top 3 in the NFC.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's move on. Another stinker. Patriots take on the Dolphins. Patriots win 38-10. Ramondre Stevenson, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. On how many carries, you ask? 7 whole carries
Gosh.
this man had. We'll talk quickly about the Patriots. They're the number 2 seed in the AFC. They're going to go and take on, looks like it's going to be the Chargers. So
Nice.
Patriots, Chargers, week 1. I don't know. What do you think about that game? Patriots have had the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. You think they're real?
I think they're real. I love them. I think Patriots are sick, man. Yeah, I could definitely see them beating the Chargers. Um, and I guess I gotta apologize to everybody and say that Ramondre Stevenson is better than Travion.
He's the
Um,
GOAT, man.
he's the best, man. He's
I
the
can't
best in
believe
the
this.
league.
I can't believe this.
Piss me off. Um, you know what I'm wondering though? This is kind of a side topic, but I wonder how long it's going to take for the Patriots to draft a truly elite and good receiver for Drake May, or if it's going to be similar to like Josh Allen, where they just don't get him any receiver help, and
Yeah,
he starts to
I
slow
think
down
it's
after a
that
couple
one.
years, and defense kind of figures him out a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's that one.
that's early to say, obviously. It's Drake May's second year in the league, and he's playing exceptionally well. He's looking really good, but um, yeah, I can't help but think they just never get the same receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just think the Patriots. I think this could be a very tough spot for them. Chargers have a very, very good secondary, and this is going to be all on Drake May. And I know the D line is pretty bad for the Chargers. So maybe New England can get the run game going pretty consistently in this one. I don't know. This game's really going to lean on Drake May and Justin Herbert. I just think Justin Herbert is a very good quarterback. I don't know. I think this one's a toss-up. I don't think the Patriots are that good. If the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Patriots, then the Chargers can beat them too.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. The only thing that I think they have going for them is Mike Vrabel. As much as I kind of disagree with his ways, but he's got a lot more playoff experience, and he's pretty smart. So I think that does work to their advantage, especially playing a team like the Chargers. But
yeah. But yeah,
Dolphins.
let's move. Yeah,
what
let's
are we doing
move on
in
to
the
the
offseason?
Dolphins. Yeah, what do you think about Mike McDaniel? Do you think he's going to get fired or?
I hope not, but it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good for him. I feel like they probably are going to move on from him, and it's going to be the worst thing they've ever decided to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Where do you start with this team? Golly. Weirdly enough, the secondary played very well this year, which everyone thought was going to be the worst secondary in the league when they traded away Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
But it was the run defense actually that was atrocious. Quinn Ewers hasn't even looked horrible, to be honest with you. I think he's
brother. Ooh.
He has not looked horrible. I don't care what anyone says. He's not horrendous.
Not horrendous.
But he's not good either. So Miami doesn't really have a high draft pick. So again, if QB is something they are really looking for, either bide your time with someone in free agency until next year, where the draft class is looking a little bit more promising. But I don't know, man. I'm not really sure what you do right now if you're Miami. What are you thinking?
Well, so I just pulled up a tweet because I was thinking about the coaching stuff to see where we are. So right now, the only coach that's most likely fired is Stefanski. And apparently Stefanski will automatically be a candidate for the Titans and the Giants once the Browns move on. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Good for him.
Like it.
Zach Taylor and Mike Tomlin both look safe.
Dang it.
Mike McDaniel, Todd Bowles, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, and Raheem Morris also leaning safe. I cannot believe Jonathan Gannon and Raheem Morris and Todd Bowles, those three are the guys that should be out. I can't believe those three are still
insane to me.
Most likely safe. And then the Ravens apparently will have a conversation with John Harbaugh. So he's most likely safe as well. So really,
what does that mean?
Hey,
man, we just want to sit you down and say, are you for real?
Listen here. Next year, you're doomed.
You're going to get one of these.
But yeah, for the when we're talking about the Dolphins offseason, they just O-line, I think they're in full rebuild mode. This was always going to happen. They kind of did the Rams thing where they go out and get a bunch of older guys and high money players, but now they've had to shift off of that. They're definitely going to need quarterback. Maybe they go with Quinn Ewers for a year. Maybe they sign a veteran quarterback. O-line, I think, is going to be the big one for them this year, and secondary help. I do think they need receiver. But
I don't think they're going to get it.
I don't think they're going to draft it. If they're doing it smart, then I don't think they're going to do it that way.
I agree.
They're going to have to start in the trenches in the O-line. I think their defensive line and front seven's not too bad, but their secondary is really bad. Their O-line also very bad, and then quarterback is the big thing for them. So,
right,
lot to change for them. Let's move on because we are swiftly running out of time. Swiftly. Let's talk Raiders Chiefs. This was a stinker. Raiders end up defeating the Chiefs. Just a textbook end on a terrible season for Kansas City. Cannot believe they went 6-11. We had Chris Aladukin and Shane Bukele playing quarterback for the Chiefs today.
Who is Shane Bukele, man?
I don't even know.
Good Lord.
Troy says that the Giants' top top choice last he checked was Mike McCarthy, which I love that. I think Mike McCarthy
That'd be sick.
very good
Love it.
coach. Yeah, so Chiefs, we'll quickly talk on them. Brashard Smith ran pretty good today. They got a lot of things they're going to need to change. We are praying as at least Chiefs supporters that Matt Nagy is gone after this year.
For sure.
And then they really need to come in with an innovative offensive coordinator, someone who pushes Andy Reid, so that they can get back to what they used to be. But they have needs at receiver, definitely at tight end, at running back, really a lot of offense. This is going to be, I think, an offensive heavy draft for them, and they need it. And it kind of sucks for them because this is not a very good draft for offensive players. But could you imagine that guy, Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon, going to Kansas City? Oh,
that'd be sick. That'd be so sick. I'd love it.
And they're going to have a top 10 pick. So, I mean, they're going to have they could even go Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I can see it. I could definitely see it.
You have to think.
Who was your favorite player in this draft? Do you have a favorite guy?
Offensively, probably Jeremiah Love. I haven't really looked too deep into all the players yet. I know Jeremiah Love's the best running back. I think Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson. I like both those guys at receiver. And Mekhi Lemon. Don't forget Mekhi Lemon.
Love
very
Mekhi.
Good player.
Quick.
And then
very
at
fast.
tight end, I love Kenyon Sadiq, the guy from Oregon. I think he is so good.
One guy we haven't talked about, or have kind of not talked about a lot, is the safety Caleb Downs. Is probably my favorite player this draft.
Oh yeah,
man.
He's the best player in the draft, and I hope the Saints.
This dude is sick, man. I hope the Saints get him too. That would
the
be
Steelers
sick.
get him, but if the Saints got him, yeah, Super Bowl, baby.
Oh my gosh, I just wow,
yeah.
Caleb Downs is insane.
He's so good. Yeah, so we spent a lot of time on the Chiefs' downfall, but Raiders, let's talk about the Raiders. They're in a spot where they're going to probably be picking Fernando Mendoza at 101. We're not even going to sugarcoat it. And then after that, if I'm them, O-line, 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 O-line. I don't even care about the defense. I'll spend all my money in free agency on defense. Other than that, I'm just doing O-line throughout the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with
receivers.
And receiver help for sure. And
good Lord.
I just I'm not sure. Have they looked at anyone for a head coaching position? Have you read anything about that?
I haven't read anything. I can look it up, but you keep talking.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing we haven't said before, but the Raiders just have so much promise to be this beautiful, just rebuild team that every oh, that's the play Cam Moore got hurt on. Sorry. There is so much potential here. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just laughing that the number one name they had from ChatGPT was Cliff Kingsbury. So
man, that sucks.
Robert Saleh, he's probably a good candidate. That's at least what people on Reddit are saying.
I think Jets did him kind of dirty too. I like Robert Saleh.
I like Robert Saleh a lot. Brian Flores also.
Sick.
Very good choice there. And then, your young guys, your Clint Kubiak, your what's the other guy's name? Chris Shula. I just like those guys. So, I just think whoever gets this head coaching job actually has a great setup for the future. Yeah,
could be like the next Bears team. Of getting your QB, easily. Just super young offense. But if you get a fun young head coach in there with a good offensive coordinator, they could have a ton of fun with this team, man. And it could be so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty is going to get better. Brock Bowers is one of the best in the league. Yeah, this is going to be sick.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Chargers, Broncos. Broncos win 19-3 at home against the backups of the Chargers. Hilarious. Just so funny to me. Bo Nix, 141 yards today, 4 sacks. Where's Trey?
Trey is horrible.
Let's talk briefly on the Broncos. They are now the number 1 seed in the AFC. They always were. Um, you know, I just think they're going to turn it on in the playoffs. I think they are going to be a lot better, but really, what does that look like? Because we haven't seen it all year. They played really bad against bad teams. They've had some good games against good teams, but I don't know what do you think are their odds if they win? So let's play it out really quick. So they're on the bye. We got Patriots playing the Chargers. So I'd say let's just say for the sake of safety that the Patriots win that game. Then the Jags play the Bills. Let's say that the Jags win that one. Then it's Steelers Texans. Winner of that game is the one going up against Denver. So if it's the Texans, we get a rematch of this game where the Broncos barely beat the Texans, and the Texans, it was early on in the year. We already talked about this. Do you think that? I think the Texans probably have a good shot of beating them, but
I think so too. I think so too. I think the Texans are going to move on and win. I think they're going to play the Broncos, and it's going to be a nasty, gross game. But I don't see Bo Nix really having an answer for the best defense in the league at all. This man's been struggling all year long. He's had his good games, and we beat up on him a lot. Bo Nix he's a good quarterback. He is not bad. He is a good quarterback. He should be in the NFL. He should be starting. There's just a lot of problems to his game and inconsistencies that just don't win you Super Bowls. They really don't, plain and simple. And you're probably saying like, well, Caleb, what about C.J. Stroud? You saying that C.J. Stroud's bad or can do it? No, but I think the Texans have found their groove, and they do have a system, and they just have a little more just credibility as an offense to put points on the board. I could easily see this game being won by just field goals, like a 12-6 game or something like that. And if that's the case, that's the case. It's really just which offense can stay on the field longer. I think it's going to be the biggest decider. And if that's the case, I'm probably going to take the Texans. So yeah, we'll see. I could be very wrong though.
And we've already kind of talked about the Chargers because they're going to the playoffs. A bunch of bad injury luck, but they're going to play the Patriots week 1 in the playoffs or round 1. And that should be a very good game. So, we'll see what happens there. Let's move on to the next game. We had the Jets take on the Bills, just an absolute blowout. Didn't even start the starters for the Bills. Did not matter because the Jets' whole team is basically backups. Mitchell Trubisky threw 4 touchdowns. Ray Davis ran for over 150 yards. Maybe this is the Bills team that needs to start in the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
We've talked about the Bills, and their chances of moving forward in the playoffs, doesn't seem very good, but we just have to keep in mind it's Josh Allen. Things can change in the blink of an eye. So if we play it out, if Buffalo beats New England, they would then go and play Denver. So they beat Denver last year in the playoffs. It's just a tough road for them as the 6th seed. So I don't know. I don't think there's much more to speak on with them, but we could talk about the Jets. Jets are heading into another rebuild. What do you think the Jets should be doing this offseason?
I love it. I love what the Jets are doing. I love they're cutting the losses and getting down and dirty and rebuilding. So, I don't know. Obviously, there's so much you could say, but it's tough because, like you said, their biggest problems are on offense, and this is just not a very good draft for offense. So I wouldn't even hate it if the Jets took their picks and rolled back to the 2027. I think that'd be huge for them. Maybe come out with a couple guys in this draft. I think they already have. Is it 3 picks in the first round they have next year?
3 picks in the first round.
27
this year.
26.
I think it's
this year. 26. Okay.
So right now they've got the 3rd overall pick. Scrolling. 18th pick from the Colts. Okay, yeah, and then next year is the year with 3 picks. Okay.
Yeah, man. there's an argument that they could kind of pull that tactic the Texans pulled of like trading one of their first to move up to like a top three picks. So they have two top three picks and getting the best offensive player in the draft and getting the best defensive player in the draft. But
Right.
I don't think Raiders are letting go of Mendoza.
Mm-mm.
So they'd be getting the second best player in the draft. Um, I don't think it's going to work out for them doing that this one. So um, honestly, I think it's going to be another tank year for the Jets this year, which I don't hate it at all. They probably won't do it because that's not realistic in the NFL, but
Yeah.
I wish they would. Um, I don't know. I think for the Jets, you just take best available. Do you have anything in more in depth?
Yeah, I mean, especially with quarterback being one of their biggest needs, like, and they're not going to get Mendoza. I can look at this quick mock draft and just see what people are saying. But yeah, I think it's best available. Dante Moore,
I was
the
going to say
quarterback from
Dante Moore.
Oregon, he's another good option. And right now, with the college football playoff going on, you saw Ole Miss go and upset Georgia, and led by Trinidad Chambliss.
Trinidad's a
Who
dog,
is
man. I
that dude's a
love
dog.
Trinidad.
So he's a guy that's
nasty.
going to be one of these late risers, especially if Ole Miss makes a deeper run in the college football playoffs. So there's a good opportunity for some good players to come out. You also have Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. So there are some guys that are coming out, but then you're taking guys like that over guys like Reuben Bain or Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate, some of these other guys like Arvell Reese or Peter Woods. There's some very good talent in the top 10. And I think, like you said, take best available or trade back. Just keep accumulating more picks.
Yep.
We got 3 picks in 27, but maybe we want 5 picks in 27. 27 is going to have a great draft class.
Stacked.
I think Jets have a lot to play around with, but it sucks to see a team go through multiple years. Like, it felt like they were starting to move somewhere, and then they just took a whole other step back. So I don't know. Sucks to see. Let's move on. We got Lions took on the Bears in Chicago. The Lions beat the Bears. Dan Campbell gets one from the grave at Ben Johnson as the Lions season is now over. But the Bears head into the playoffs. They are now, let me refresh this page, and I can see if the standings have changed. Bears are still the 2 spot because the Eagles lost. So they are going to be playing the Green Bay Packers round 1. We already talked about this, to an extent. So I don't think there's a whole lot to discuss there. On the Lions side, do you think this is the beginning of the end? Like, you think losing Ben Johnson, they're just going to continue tracking downwards, or are they kind of stuck in purgatory? Or, can they get back to being a top team? What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to come down to the play calling. They have all the pieces they need. They could be a Super Bowl team. I'm not crazy about Jared Goff. But, with the right play calling and someone who is just a freak and a nerd like Ben Johnson, could easily resurrect this team, obviously.
Yeah.
But if they keep kind of going through these like mid-level guys who just, keep doing the same thing, then we're going to keep sitting 9-8 seasons, and they're going to become the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Real. Very real.
I'm not crazy about Jared Goff at all. Obviously, there's just so much bad quarterback play in the league that you can't just say, you're not good enough, we're cutting you, you're done, we're moving on. You kind of have to stick to what you have and just make it work, which they can. They almost did last year. It's going to be really tough to find someone as bright and intelligent as Ben Johnson. So, I don't know. I'm worried about the Lions, man.
I don't even think the offense was that huge of an issue. Obviously, we harped on it a lot throughout the season. Was the run game was a big issue. So they do need to address that. But really, to me, it was just the defense being so bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, that secondary is so bad. So drafting, I mean, right now they're mocked to get the number 1 corner in the draft, Jermod McCoy, at like pick 15. So, we could definitely see that happen.
I don't think that really does anything crazy for you, though. Gerard's cool, but it's not like a Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley,
Right. There's not like a shutdown corner in this draft. There's a couple very good corners. And, they've already tried their hand at drafting guys like Jeff Okuda, who they drafted pretty early a couple of years back, who turned out to be nothing. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is the end for the Lions. I just think they need to really hone in on the defense, and they can get back to being a top team. I think without the, like you were saying, the play calling was the thing that was pushing them over the edge when they had Ben Johnson. And without Ben Johnson, it just makes their offense a little more suspect against dominant defense.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, last game we had today. Cardinals traveled to LA to take on the Rams. The Rams kind of wipe away the memory of these last couple games where they've been on a 2-game losing streak. They win 37-20. Stafford puts together a very solid game to make his best case for MVP, 259 yards, 4 touchdowns. We talked about the Rams. We like them in the playoffs. We think they have a very good shot. They're probably the best offense heading into the playoffs, which is interesting because, I just don't think there's a lot of very good offenses going to the playoffs. And the Rams defense is good, not great, but I think it could change. On the Cardinals side, though, we got to talk about this. We already talked about Jonathan Gannon probably coming back, but there's so much here. You got Marvin Harrison. He appears to be a bust, which is so sad to say. But
yeah,
maybe he gets the year 3 breakout. I don't know. I'm very sad about Marvin Harrison Jr. And then Kyler Murray, huge contract. We talked about this, I think, last week. Huge contract that they got to get off the books. I don't know. Where do you start if you're a Cardinals GM with fixing this team?
Oh man. They've been doing pretty decent in drafts. They've been putting together the O-line the past couple of years. The O-line is middle of the road. It's not horrible. It's not great. The defense has gotten a little bit better. I loved when they got Will Johnson, the DB, last year in the draft. Really late, he fell, and that was as good as it freaking got for the Cardinals because Will Johnson's a dog.
Yeah.
So definitely work on the pass rush.
Walter Nolan, good.
Yeah, love
very
Walter.
Good.
Yeah, this is another one. Quarterback has just been so slim in the NFL this year, man, and it sucks because it makes football maybe not as fun. So we need better quarterback play, man. I really hope we get something from this draft.
Yeah.
But Arizona is definitely a team to me that probably needs to break everything down and fully rebuild. I don't think Marvin Harrison is a bust. I don't think he's got a full proven chance yet with a good coaching staff and a good QB play to really give him a full shot. Obviously, you can say when Jacoby Brissett came in slinging the ball, but when Jacoby came in, Marvin Harrison has been in and out of the game since. He has not played a full healthy game since Jacoby's been back. He's been all over the place. And if you watch these plays with Michael Wilson, it's a lot of just deep balls Jacoby throws to the sideline. And Michael Wilson's just a great contested catcher. And it's all they have. So they're just forcing it to him and Trey McBride. But again, I'll go back with Marvin Harrison. If they could spend a little bit more time of scheming underneath plays just to get the ball in his hands and let him go to work, get him his confidence back, I think he's a decent receiver. I'm not going to say he's elite, but I think he can definitely contribute to the offense a lot more than what he's doing now.
Yeah.
But that was long-winded of saying that. Cardinals, again, I think they're kind of similar to the Miami Dolphins, where I think they should just take best available. They probably could be in a place for Jeremiah Love, although I don't think it's a great idea for how high of a pick they have. But yeah, they just need boosting all over the place. But I think with the right coaching and the right mindsets, could be a lot better than what they have now, and could definitely turn some things around and make some better decisions in the draft towards a positive future.
Yep. As of right now, they have the 3rd overall pick. That is the official top 10. Official top 10 is Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants at 5, Browns, Commanders, Saints at 8. Baby. Chiefs and Bengals. That 8 slot has always been a good slot. It's always the top receiver. Kyle Pitts, Drake London. Tet McMillan this last year. It's just a good spot.
It is a
good
good
vibes
spot.
with
I
that
like it.
spot. So yeah, I don't even know where to start. If they're at the third pick, I think it's a very high probability they go and draft a quarterback. Keep
I think
Jacoby
so too.
Brissett, re-sign him, and then have one of these young guys, either Dante Moore, Ty Simpson, Trinidad Chambliss even. He's very similar to Kyler. Maybe you don't want to try that. I don't know. But, I think that that's probably where they're going to go. But we still have a whole lot of offseason to go to see what they end up doing. So,
For sure.
Yeah, very interesting to see for the Cardinals. But yeah, all right, that's all the games.
Nice.
We got to talk the Steelers-Ravens game really quick. It's underway
Must
in
we?
about 3 minutes. Must we? I don't know, dude. I'm just saying. I feel 100% like the Ravens are going to win. I don't even feel like it's going to be close. Here's the only thing that makes me feel that is because I am terrible at predicting Steelers games. I never know what we're going to do. But for some reason now I feel like we're going to win because I think the Ravens are going to win. So I don't know. What do you think on this one?
It's tough, man. Pittsburgh in prime time is just
Oh, it's bad.
atrocious.
When I saw we got flexed to Sunday night, I said, "Ah! No! No!"
It's probably a dumb question. Lamar's playing tonight, isn't he?
No, I don't think
He
is.
isn't. Wow.
Let's see.
I know we keep joking about Derrick Henry just tearing us up, but actually, I don't think it's going to be a Derrick Henry game. Mike Tomlin loves to act like he's,
Kumo Joe.
Yeah, Socrates, and be like, we're shutting down the run game because that's what they want to do, the most obvious thing, and we're going to shut it down because that's what we do. So I can just see them stacking the box tonight, and then whether it's Tyler
Lamar might be
Huntley
playing.
or Lamar, I think it's just going to be floating it to Mark Andrews, and Rashad Bateman's probably going to tear us a new one and look like Megatron. But now you mention it, I kind of feel like we are going to win this game.
Yeah, especially now that Lamar's playing. I was scared if it was Huntley. We can't play well against Huntley.
I can't play Snoop, man.
Lamar. Yeah,
I ain't trying to play against Snoop.
No Snoop. TJ Watt's playing.
Yeah, TJ Watt's back in. We don't have Metcalf tonight.
Which is still crazy.
Yeah.
If we win this game, we don't even have Roman Wilson playing.
You serious?
Yeah, Roman Wilson's not.
We don't have Darnell either because he's broke his elbow too, didn't he?
Let's see. Yeah, Darnell. Let me check the injury report really
Golly. Quick. Mike Tomlin's gonna be out there running rounds.
So, hold on.
This might be the most shoddy receiving core in the league. I know we always talk about the Giants and the Saints having the worst receiving core in the league, but wow, ours is just atrocious. Golly, it's bad.
Gosh, why can't I find this? Why is this so hard? Yeah, Darnell Washington's on injured reserve. Gosh, man, it's so bad.
As per usual, Kenneth Gainwell's wide receiver 1 tonight.
Pretty much.
I ain't even mad about it.
Yeah, Roman Wilson's out. Caleb Johnson's out. Jeremiah Moon out. Oh, what are we gonna do without Jeremiah Moon? Big Calvin Austin game tonight, though.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess you could have an argument or maybe a conversation about what either one of these teams should do in the offseason, but there's just so many questions surrounding who's still going to be there, coaching-wise, obviously, first off, and then also if Lamar's still going to be in Baltimore after this, and then if we're going to have Aaron Rodgers come back again next year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to predict and say what we should do when there's so many different scenarios and situations, and I'm sure we could sit here for another hour just going back and forth about it, but that's not a good idea because I want to go watch this game and then probably turn it off after the first quarter. And
yeah, I'll probably watch the first half and then go to bed.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all this, bro.
But you know what? It's going to be a big scoring game. I'm taking Steelers winning 28-25.
Daggone.
Chris Boswell is going to kick the game winner.
That's crazy. 28-25.
That's why I know. It's crazy. And that's why I'm predicting it, because it's something I know that's probably not going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'm predicting 13-3 Baltimore.
Ew.
Yep, 13-3 in a real stink fest.
Say it's not.
One big dog 40-yard touchdown early on, and then the rest of the game is just
real stinker.
Slow. Real stinker.
Lamar's playing. He's wearing a rib protector tonight.
Oh, good.
You know, to protect his ribs.
But
what if he just had like a full stack of like
ribs?
Ribs. So his thing kept sneaking in and grabbing them.
That's great.
After each hit, he's just checking in there to see.
Gosh, my ribs be
protected.
All right. Well, that's all we got. So we got to end this so that me and Caleb can go watch this game. But anyway, thank you all for being here tonight. As always, you can follow us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it. We love that. You can also follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Just follow Fan Feed Network. And then also you can listen to us anywhere podcasts are streamed if you aren't able to be here for the live stream. But with that, we will see you guys either Tuesday or Thursday this week to talk playoffs, talk all the big matchups. So, yeah, get ready. And with that, guys, enjoy the rest of Week 18 and go Steelers.
Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheur Jewelry. Bonheur is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support FanFeed Network. Check them out.